Welcome back to the Polarize Report, Season 2, with the gentlemen. The gentlemen.
Are we the gentlemen?
We kinda.
we.
Oh, you're a cunt. Either.
You are cunt.
There's a fine line between gentlemen and cunts.
Alright, so we're the host. I'm Von.
I'm Ray.
Keegan.
And so Ray is on his second episode in a row. 2 more and he'll be an official member of the podcast.
Oh, fantastic.
Right now you're just a frequent flyer.
Yeah.
But very
Get
frequent.
my miles in.
Yeah, season 3 frequent.
Pretty sure I'll
Season 2.
I'll like walk and be like, I am number 4.
Yeah.
That was a movie.
That was a Oh god, I forgot about. Don't even talk about that movie. Jesus. Welcome to the Polarize Report, a platform where we talk all movies all day, every day about the movies that have come out in the year 2020 for season 2. Season 2, 2020.
That's this year right now.
That is this
Unless
year.
you're listening to it not this year, then it's another year that's not this year.
Yeah.
That you're listening to.
Whatever he just said. But
Thanks, Sherlock.
we like to talk about movies, and we rate them on a very friendly 1 to 4 scale. 1 being bad movies, 2 being okay, 3 being good, and 4 being great. We have a few ratings in between for just those special movies that tickle our fancies. On that note, though, we're gonna move on, and we're gonna, instead of doing a recap or what we used to call the rewind, where we would just talk about what we talked about last episode, we're just going to do a top rewind where we're going to say where all the movies that are on the top 13 are at the beginning of each week, just so everyone can kind of stay caught up with that. Ray's going to do it this time, and it's a hefty list today.
Right. So it's like a relist.
Yeah, I like a relist. Ooh, I like that.
Relist.
That was good. I like that.
There we go. Yeah. Our heavy list this week, still standing tied for first place, is Underwater and Bad Boys.
3.
And then, Bad Boys 3.
That boat's for
And
life.
then sitting at a sad second place is The Grudge.
That is definitely going to change today.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
we got
scoot
quite
down.
a few movies. We're going to over double our list today. Woo, go us. What is happening? What are you doing?
Words.
That was a lot of hand gestures for an audio podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. Well then we're gonna hop right into it. Just because that's just how this goes now. So we're gonna start talking about.
Jump to conclusions.
We
here.
do jump to conclusions here. We're gonna talk about the first movie that only Keegan and I saw, and it is Like a Boss.
Like a boss.
Like a boss. It was this movie about these 2 chicks who were best friends for life. Not Bad Boys 3 for life, but 2 best friends for life who started their own makeup company.
Yep.
And then
did
sold out to a bigger makeup company.
And then found the
found
power
out
of friendship.
Yeah, and found the power of friendship.
So,
wow. That
Sounds like a slice of life.
It's actually
And-
pretty accurate, though.
And the corporate greed is a real thing.
Corporate
kind
greed
of a
is
bitch.
a real thing. So,
you-
Keegan,
and
what
you-
did you think about this movie since you're already going?
Yeah, it's good. They definitely had to come over with some things that happened in the movie, and the moral of the movie was definitely to if you have a coworker that's also your friend and they're fucking up, tell them that they're fucking up, because you'll just bury those feelings and it'll just come up in the worst times. But it was an enjoyable experience. I give it a 2.
I think I gave
Yeah.
it a 2 as well.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
like it wasn't awful. Definitely the second half was much stronger than the first half.
Yeah.
The first half was pretty bad. So
It had some good like haha moments, but
yeah,
nothing
there was a
nothing
little
that
bit
made
of
me-
fake tension. Like you can tell that some of it just was a little unrealistic and actual
kind of
tension.
like I have to poop kind of tension. Not like ooh, like I slept with your sister, like tension, like is that kind of tension.
Is that your scale in life? Is poop to?
From a scale of 1 to poop to I slept with your sister.
Well, but he has slept with his friend's sister, so that's why it's funny.
Oh,
Yeah.
alright.
Yeah.
Don't recommend it, even if you have permission.
On his birthday.
I had permission. We were all drunk. Maybe it doesn't make it even better.
No.
It's all consensual.
All right.
That's
So
good. Put
this
that in
movie.
there.
Alright, for this movie podcast, let's move on.
That got dark. All right.
Oh,
Okay,
no.
so what we're gonna do, especially as the list grows, is we're going to start from the bottom. Now we're here. I was joking, but that's what we're actually gonna do. So we're gonna take the movie that we saw, and we're gonna vote on if it's better than what's on the list right now. So Keegan, what did you like more, Doolittle? Sorry, not Doolittle. The Grudge or Like a Boss?
Like a boss.
What? Oh
So,
man.
Just a little bit more.
Really?
Just a little bit more.
Ugh. All right. Well, Well, I disagree, and I put like a boss.
Aggressive capping marker.
Aggressive
Decapping of
Yep.
the marker.
So no, I'm gonna put like a boss definitely under the Grudge. So now they're both tied for second.
Yeah, tied for dead last. Fantastic.
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that? All right, cool. Cool. So that's like a boss. We both give it a 2, solid 2. Not even really a solid 2. It's like a flaccid 2 in the great words of Casey.
A flaccid 2.
Yeah, because we had an erect rank at one point. It was wonderful. All right, next movie. Now we're going to talk about the other 2 movies that all of us got to see, so there won't be any more time. 3 movies that all 3 of us got to see. I'm really good at math. That's my strong suit. Let's talk about Doolittle first.
Yeah, let's go with Doolittle first.
Yeah, I feel like that's probably the better one to go with first. Doolittle.
Doolittle.
You make me want to have a hernia. Okay.
Don't
right.
recommend.
Doolittle is a movie about Robert Downey Jr. talking to animals.
Yeah, it's
that's the plot.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's just like meant for kids.
Yep.
It's
very kid friendly. There's some adult jokes that
there's some pretty solid adult jokes.
there are some
That
very
one-
solid adult jokes,
that
and then
one-
there's one that went just a little too far. But we'll talk about that a little bit later. But so Ray, what'd you think of Doolittle?
I thought Doolittle was like fine. It wasn't as bad as some people were saying it was, but it wasn't good. it was watchable. It was like it was alright. It's like a fine kids movie. I give it a 2.
Okay.
It's like one of the live actions I didn't know I wanted, and I'm okay with it.
Okay.
Unlike Dumbo or Cats, that
You
no
just
one
had to
wanted.
say like the 2 worst movies of
No
last
one
year.
wanted, and they made it anyway, and they didn't even want it. So it's it's really enjoyable because I didn't really have big expectations for this movie. And then I was like reading, there's like a big shock at the end, but I didn't have anything that's like a big shock.
I think I know what they. I think I know what they're referring to as the big shock, and we're not gonna talk about it here.
Right?
but-
Yeah.
Yeah, there was kind of a
Was it
big
the
shock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I
All right,
guess.
yeah.
Maybe I'm just so outlandish that I'm like, that's normal.
Well,
yeah.
that's fair.
This makes total sense.
100%
Question
sense.
nothing.
But that big moment was in the trailers.
Was it?
It sure was. I'm not gonna say what it was, but it was.
Really? I missed
very-
the trailer for
yep.
that movie.
It was in the trailer because trailers spoil movies.
That's fine.
But yeah, I think Doolittle was fun. I think some of the side plots were better than the main plot. Definitely the relationship between the ostrich and polar bear were A plus. That was easily the best part of the movie. The ostrich. The
Ape?
Robert Downey Jr. I thought his acting was fine.
Yeah, it's Robert Downey Jr.
It was very Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, he wasn't trying to like. It didn't seem like he was overacting at any point. He wasn't underacting. He was just Robert Downey Jr.
He was almost like a toned down Sherlock Holmes.
That's what it felt. Yep, that's how I was gonna kind of mention that. I was like, it felt like a very just simplified Sherlock Holmes.
The
so.
voice acting for some of the animals left some to be desired.
Yep, agreed.
With like John Cena was not great.
Wait, which one was John Cena?
He was the polar bear.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I can agree to
Tom
that.
Holland's was a weird casting choice.
Who was Tom Holland?
The dog.
Oh, yeah, that was a weird casting choice. Who else is in this movie that I don't know about?
You're
You're giving me some like,
time.
yeah, you were giving me
There's
some
one
information.
Yeah, there's one more that was a pretty big name that was in this movie. Selena Gomez was the
Which one was she?
Giraffe.
She was in it for like 5 seconds.
Yeah, she sure was, because I saw the name pop up and I was like, where was she in this movie?
All right.
I totally didn't.
I didn't know any of that. So, but yeah, the plot lines were really boring. The plot twist was kind of simplified, and yeah, the side plots were better.
But it was made very well.
Oh no, he's pointing at me.
Rami Malek
I don't
was
know
in
who
this
that is.
movie. Bohemian Rhapsody guy.
Oh, Remy Malek.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah, wow, you said his name so wrong. Jesus, I get your name.
Do you not
I get your name is
remember-
Ray.
You gotta remember Taco Tuesdays.
I do remember Taco Tuesdays. You can't say. Do you want to say carne asada?
No. But he was Chi-Chi, who I'm assuming is the
I don't know who Chi-Chi was.
Was it the ape?
I think
Was
it's
it the ape?
I think it's the
That
ape.
would make sense. Yeah. Huh.
Yeah,
I didn't get any Queen
I
vibes from that.
I didn't have any just very, no distinct voices.
Yeah,
stood out to
no
me.
one stood out except Camille Jamahani. That guy. He was the ostrich. I can definitely tell that. 100%. I was like, okay, I know who that is.
Yeah.
And he was honestly the best voice actor in that movie. But
Yeah, the voice acting was not great.
no, it was not. Like I said, the plot was fine. The CGI was a little uncanny at the beginning, but then it adapted and adjusted. Like once I got used to it, it was fine. Like it didn't bother me.
Animated beginning
Was
weird choice.
odd. It was cool though.
That was a strange choice.
I liked it.
Yeah, I was good with it. It definitely felt straight from book.
Yep.
That's fair.
Yes.
So that's where it came from, and then they moved into the rest. So I think it was actually kind of a good way to move into that kind of like, because it's a weird world.
It is a very weird one.
So instead of like you're coaxed into it instead of just like here it is, like Cats.
Like Cat. Why do you have to keep mentioning that movie?
It's stuck in my head.
Just stop.
Nightmares.
Therapy hasn't quite.
It hasn't
yet.
quite kicked in yet. That's
I
fair.
hear a tuna can open. Just stare off blankly. Just
Or Catnip just Taylor Swift. She was in that movie.
Yeah.
What'd you think of Taylor Swift and the Cat? Oh, you didn't
I
see
didn't
Cats.
see Cats, dude. I like my taste. I gotta draw a line.
We're not talking about Cats. All right. Doolittle's gonna go up the gauntlet. We're gonna start off with. Do you think Doolittle or Like a Boss is better?
Doolittle.
Doolittle. All right. Do you think? I agree.
Okay,
Do you think Doolittle or The Grudge is better?
I think I'm gonna say I like Doolittle better because The Grudge gave me a heart attack.
That's why I think The Grudge is still better. Yeah. Well, I think The Grudge is better than freaking what just happened to my brain there?
Bad Boys.
Doolittle. That's the word I'm looking for. Cool.
You think it's better?
I do. So then now that bumps down Like a Boss because we both agreed that Doolittle is better. So that's how the list is gonna go. Does that make sense? So,
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Doolittle is better than Like a Boss, and now tied with The Grudge. Man, The Grudge is doing a great job at being grudgy. You kind of do now just to break this tie. It's not bad. It really isn't. All right. Next movie we're gonna talk about is a movie that I know is gonna go pretty far up the gauntlet. And
You don't think Doolittle was better than Underwater or Bad Boys?
No. I guess I didn't ask. Which one's better, Bad Boys or Doolittle?
Bad.
Okay, I agree. Okay, we're gonna. Oh yeah, you get to be in that vote too.
Yeah, Doolittle's way worse than both.
Okay, great, fantastic. All right.
I didn't even like Underwater that much,
And it was
still
better than Doolittle. Fair. Okay, now we're gonna talk about the next movie, which is called Weathering with You.
Yes.
I did not know it was directed by the same people who did Your Name.
Yes.
Yep.
I didn't know that when I went to see it. I found that out after.
When we get to spoilers, I have a sweet tie-in.
Oh,
for Your
cool.
Name with this
Oh,
movie.
sweet. That'll be fun.
Yes.
Cool. So let's go with. We're gonna start. I guess I can start this time. I haven't started talking
There you
about the movie. Weathering with You is I have to say the summary. Oh man, it's about this anime world with their hands on their hips. I'm joking, that doesn't happen. But it's an animated movie made. It's technically an anime, right?
Yeah.
It's classified as an anime. It's from Japan.
Yeah.
Cool. It's an anime movie about this kid who runs away from home and goes to Tokyo and meets a girl who can control the weather. That is actually the exact plot off of the Google summary, just because I heard other people talking about it, and that was just my brain. But that is the plot of the movie.
Yep.
So.
And shenanigans happen.
And then shenanigans happens
Shenanigans
with
go down.
the weather.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Weathering with You, which I think is a very clever title.
Yeah.
I thought this movie was fun. I thought it was pretty neat. I liked the magical whimsicalness of it, but I also liked how it was very down to earth in some moments as well. It was a very
seemed very
good
realistic.
drama. Yeah, it seemed realistic minus, people controlling weather. But yeah, no, it was a fun movie. I have a few ins and out. Like there's a few characters that I'm like, I don't know if I really needed them in this, and there's other characters that I'm like, oh yeah, it was awesome. The ending kind of bothered me, and we can get into that a little bit more later, but it was almost too happy of an ending, and it really frustrated me a little bit. So
They kind of did the same thing with Your Name, but Your Name is way more impactful.
Exactly, yeah. And that's what I've been hearing is that everyone's saying Your Name is still the better movie.
Yeah,
so.
Your Name is gonna go down as one of the greatest anime movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's rivaling Studio Ghibli. That's how good it is. Yeah, I'm aware of that. So, but I do think this movie is not as good as Your Name, but it was good. I do think the ending was the weakest part for me was the ending. So, Keegan, what do you think?
I liked it a lot, but yeah, definitely. I don't think the ending built up as much. I also kind of showed up late to the movie, so I missed a little bit of story at the beginning because foreign movies don't have as many trailers in the beginning.
But when it was dubbed, there were more trailers.
Really?
I showed up 15 minutes late and got it right at the right time.
And also, word to the wise, when you're watching a subtitled movie, do not sit in the front row.
Yeah, don't.
Or else you will be reading the entire movie without seeing
the movie. You're just reading
because you're still reading during the movie, but you can at least see what's going on. A little
Fair.
rough.
Yeah.
My bad of a choice there. But I think that's what those little things, like I missed a little bit there, so didn't understand a lot, but also with the words. Other than that, it was great. Again, it made me feel just kind of the magic that's still out there a little bit, and it gave a strong vibe of that.
Yeah.
And I liked how it took it and kind of threw it into like a little bit of like history and stuff.
Yeah, no, it was neat. One thing I want to say really quick before Ray goes. So this movie originally came out subbed. Subbed. Yeah. Which is why it was only limited. The sub was limited. That's why it was so limited. And then the dubbed is what was more widely released, I guess.
They're like, hey, Americans can not read.
Yes, which that's why I didn't know that. So when I went to go see it, and they started speaking English right away, I was like, wait a sec. I was expecting to read, and I was like, wait a second. Those are people. And they were voice actors that I recognized. Like, there were actors in there that I'd never even heard in voice acting. Like, I know them from other things. So that was really interesting.
Yeah. There's also some...
So the guy who plays Ronan in Guardians of the Galaxy, he was the voice of the detective dude, yeah. And I was like, oh, he did a good job.
Yeah, he did a good job.
Yeah. Voice acting was fine.
Yeah,
no issue. It was like it was up there with like Soul Eater, dubbing. I don't know. Dubbing. That's the right word.
I give it a 3.
Give it a 3. Cool. Oh, I didn't say my rating. I give it a 3. I give it a 3. I'd rewatch it.
Yeah.
All right, Ray.
All right. I saw this movie twice. Oddly enough, the special screening I saw dubbed. Accident.
Oh.
I saw it subbed the second time.
What? Okay, that's weird. All right.
Yeah,
you win.
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but
what a weeb.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know it was going to be dubbed when I saw the special screening. I thought my assumption was it was going to be subbed, but then it wasn't. But no, I thought this movie was like sweet. This movie was so good. I thought the music was on point.
Yeah,
the music, like just tone and stuff. Subtitle reading wise, especially for people that don't always do sub movies, I thought the pacing was really good for people.
Really? Were the subtitles like slow?
It wasn't necessarily slow, they were just spaced out well.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't like you had a ton on screen to read at one time to where the people were talking. And I thought that was a good choice.
Sometimes when you're watching some animation,
there's
like throw like a small paragraph and
you're like shit.
It's like, here's a monologue.
I know you guys are screaming at each other right now, but
you're like, I need to pause, let me read.
Yeah, so I thought that was a good job, especially because like the studio itself is doing a good job of making anime movies kind of more popular here.
Yeah,
both of these last two have sold really well here.
Okay.
Can I stop you for a second? Is that Captain Yami on your phone right now?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you weeb.
Yeah, Ray's a weeb. He's our official weeb.
I'm watching Black Clover right now, too.
Clover?
My whole goal of the gym is so I can cosplay Yami for NDK and not look like a moron. I gotta get huge.
Not look like one of those cosplayers. It's like, I'm glad you tried.
Yeah,
I'm glad
you did your best, champ. Yeah, and in the back of my phone is Goku.
Oh my gosh.
Nice.
But yeah, anyway, I give this movie a 4.
A 4? Okay. Great. All right. Hey, that's awesome. So then this is going to be a pretty stupid question. You're not out of this vote, but is Weathering with You or Like a Boss better?
Weathering.
Okay, argued. Weathering. What's better, Doolittle or Weathering with You? Okay. The Grudge, Weathering with You.
Weathering.
Okay. Now we get to the Bad Boys or Weathering with You. This is where all of us get to vote here.
I think it's better than Bad Boys.
You think it was better than Bad Boys?
I had issues with it, but also...
I have a couple of picky things with this movie, with Weathering with You, but it's better than Bad Boys.
See, I also agree. it is better than Bad Boys, so I put it above Bad Boys.
Mhm.
But is it better than Underwater? I
Yeah,
know Ray says
easy.
yes.
It's
Yeah.
not even close.
See, I say no to that. So
I agree with him.
okay, well, I'm outvoted there.
Oh, thank
So-
God. I knew you were gonna do it when you texted me.
Oh yeah.
As soon as you're like, I know where this movie was, I was like, it's underwater for you, isn't it?
I just didn't respond.
Yeah.
But that does put it up. I'm outvoted, so it is the number 1 movie of the podcast right now. Go
Big
it.
hype.
Yep.
Weathering.
See how
with
long
you.
it stays there.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, cool.
Great.
Huh?
We all watched a movie.
See, we all watched
Some
the
of
movie.
us watched it. I call it the yesterday syndrome because I had to watch yesterday like 3 times.
Which one?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cause,
yeah.
Because I got it for like rent and I was like
So
watching it with
convenient.
coworkers and stuff. So you did the yesterday thing where you watch the same movie twice in the same week.
Right.
Yeah.
And if you enjoy it, I say if you can enjoy that movie and hold it to that high regard after a second time seeing it within a week, then yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Also,
I'm not
seeing
arguing.
both subbed and dubbed was kind of cool because
Yeah.
the voice acting was like totally different.
Completely different.
And
Yeah.
some of the translation was a little different too.
Oh, I
so that was
bet.
interesting.
Yeah. That happens all the time.
Maybe I'll go see it in dubbed. From
The dub was pretty good.
I'll try to. I don't even know
If you've
how.
watched Naruto, the conspiracy theory guy is Jiraiya.
I
It's
don't,
the
I
same
don't watch
voice
Is
that.
it really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was the first one I recognized. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, now we're gonna talk about the main movie that we all just got back from, and that is The Gentleman.
The
new
Gentleman.
Guy Ritchie movie, with Matthew McConaughey being a gentleman. So this movie's about Matthew McConaughey running a business and thinking about selling the business, and then just shit goes down. Like, I don't even know how to begin to summarize this movie.
Yeah.
Someone should pull up the summary just so we can see what it actually is. Like, how is this movie advertised to the masses? Like,
It's a gangster comedy.
a gangster dark comedy.
Yeah.
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 Gangster dark comedy that things don't go the way that they should.
Yes.
A good deal gone bad.
Yeah, in a sense. Yeah.
All right, here we go.
All right, what's the summary?
The Gentleman follows an American expat, Mickey Pearson, who built a highly profitable marijuana empire in London. When word gets out that he's looking to cash out of the business forever, it triggers plots, schemes, bribery, and blackmail in an attempt to steal his domain out from under him.
Yep.
That's a
Yeah.
very good way to describe that movie. That was
That's
my
pretty
favorite
close.
part of that is the word, where do you even go? Expat.
expat. Yeah, that's cool. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, that's a movie.
I will say one thing
Yeah.
already about this is that the trailer did not ruin anything in this movie.
It sure didn't.
No, it did not.
Because you had no idea when or
No
where
idea.
that thing was going to happen, and it didn't even fucking matter.
Oh, I know that was insane. The amount of plot twists that all happened and then made sense by the end of it was incredibly well done. Like, whoever wrote that script, Guy Ritchie, great job, man. Like, hats to you, expat to you.
Yeah, Guy Ritchie had a lot to do with this movie.
Yeah, dude, his name popped up like 6 times
Yeah,
in
it
the
was
opening.
Guy Ritchie
I was like,
oh, hey, this guy.
like, all right, I get it. I get you're trying to, like, you know, make good blood after the King Arthur, so calm down a little bit.
He wanted you to know.
Oh, I knew.
Yeah.
I knew.
Yeah. What's his name? The basically the second hand to.
I don't remember his actor
Chris-
name.
Yeah, his
Chris
name-
something.
Yeah.
Madsen or something.
Yeah, it's something like that. I
think
think
it's
it's the guy
Madsen.
from Sons of Anarchy.
It is.
It
and
is,
He's
yeah.
great.
Oh,
He's
he was
fantastic.
great.
Yeah,
He has goals of what I want to look
I've
like.
fair. Hey,
I
that's a
can-
good
you know,
goal.
I can grow up to be him, and I will
Yeah,
be
you
very
could.
happy.
The other character that was like the photographer who was
Yeah.
saying all the story.
Ethan Hawke.
Dude, that was Ethan Hawke? I don't think that was Ethan Hawke.
Pretty sure it was.
You don't put money on that.
Yeah.
I probably got no.
It's
no,
strong, right? We're
He's
fact
not.
checking.
He's not in the in the AMC thing. I'll go to IMDb here in a second.
Oh my gosh,
But
okay.
Charlie Hunman.
Yeah,
Hunman, that's
close.
Hunman. That's right. I was not even close, but Charlie Hunman was great in this movie. I very much enjoyed him. Matthew McConaughey was fine. He played a very Matthew McConaughey kind of role, so
Yeah.
that was very
Oh
fine.
yeah.
Colin Farrell
Oh, well.
A plus, man. A fucking
Oh no,
plus.
it's Hugh Grant. I always get this.
Hugh Grant. Okay.
God.
Hugh Grant.
I get Hugh Grant, Ethan Hawke mixed up all the time.
I'm sorry, but Hugh Grant and Charlie. Hugh and Charlie's chemistry was easily one of the best parts of that movie. Oh my
Take
god.
off your shoes.
Woo, that was
Mom.
okay, mom. Like, oh, that was beautiful. I really liked the
Is there
dynamic. I liked the
Is there a
script.
problem here?
I like the
forgot to wash my hands.
cinematography. I like the plot. Like, what'd you think of it, Ray?
I liked it overall. I thought this movie was really good. I'm not a huge fan of watching movies in like a flashback fashion.
Yeah,
Uh,
but I feel like this
But-
movie did it well.
yeah, it was done pretty good with it. And then like some of the plot twists and stuff that happened were pretty out of the blue. Like
Generally surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is strange for movies most of the time.
Yeah, they're usually very predictable. Like,
Yeah.
this was less predictable than Knives Out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah.
At least there's like Knives Out had small hints that
Mhm.
you really
Yeah,
were
this
paying
had like,
attention to.
yeah, I was like, I have no idea what's going on. Like,
Yeah. No, I really like this movie. I thought it was good.
the comedy was my kind of humor too.
The
It
comedy
was
so funny.
good.
Beautiful.
There was one part of the movie where only I laughed. In
I
the
heard that
theater.
moment.
Yeah, I felt really awkward. It was so fun. It was my one like super dying laugh, and I like bursted out, and no one else was laughing, and I was like, "This is awkward." I don't remember what scene it was,
Oh, yeah.
but
I do remember you laughing.
Do you remember me just
I
dying?
looked over. I was like, "All right."
It was so fun. It was. I know what kind of humor it was. It was some kind of really dark joke that everyone else was like, "Oh, okay," but I was like, "That was fucking hilarious!" Like,
This movie was much funnier than I thought it would be.
yeah, agreed. Like, cause I thought it was like a gangster comedy, but I did not realize it was gonna be a gangster dark comedy, and I am happy with that plot twist.
Yes.
What do you give it?
Oh, 4.
What do you give it?
4.
I also give it a 4. All right. So now we go up the gauntlet. Obviously, we're gonna just skip ahead to the other 4s. Honestly, what's better, Bad Boys or The Gentleman? Gentleman. Fair. Underwater or The Gentleman?
Gentlemen.
I also agree with this one. So
Really?
yes,
Wow.
I put Gentleman higher up.
Did you have to think about that real
I did.
hard
Yes,
on
I
your
did.
way
Oh,
here
yeah.
from the movie theater?
I walked out of the theater with Keegan, and I was like, God damn it. Now I gotta figure out which better, The Gentleman or Underwater. I was like, oh man, I don't know what I like more. A well-scripted gangster movie with tons of awesome plots and dark comedy, or a wonderful survival horror of epic slow motion and a huge plot twist. Like, I was like, this is hard. I can't even decide. I loved both of them, but I decided Gentleman's better because I know I liked Underwater for a little bit of guilty pleasure, so I'm gonna let go of that a little bit. But yeah,
I'm so
The
glad you
Gentleman.
can get past that.
I did.
That's
So
your
now,
topic.
the real question. Weathering with You or Gentleman?
Gentlemen.
I also am voting Gentleman.
Yeah, I was just gonna get outvoted.
That's fine. Accept your vote. Accept if we respect your vote still.
I think Weather with You for me is just a fuzz bit more of a guilty pleasure. That
Fuzz
pushed
bit,
it over.
fair. Okay.
Pushed it over for me.
Fair. That's awesome.
Now, if it was your name in The Gentleman.
Oh yeah, your name is
would've-
easy.
But that's why we don't have to ever compare movies that didn't come out in the same year. Because
Yeah,
I
that's
thought
fair.
about that and I was like, I don't ever want to do that. So fantastic. That being said, The Gentleman is now our #1 movie of the year so far, out of 7.
Yeah.
Fine with that.
I'm fine with that, yeah. So we got Gentleman, Weathering with You, and then tied for 3rd is still Underwater and Bad Boys. And then we have tied for, I guess, 4th is Doolittle and The Grudge. That's a weird matchup. And then
Doolittle
Like a Boss
Grudge.
is just now unanimously
Doolittle
the worst
Grudge.
movie of the year so far. So
Yeah.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Go see Gentlemen.
We can enter some spoils.
Yeah.
Enter the spoils.
I just like how there's
Spoils?
before we get to the spoilers, I like how there's like a solid split. We have the split of like decent movies and then just like bad movies. Like
Yeah.
there is a solid split between Bad Boys and The Grudge. So
That there is.
yep, that there is. We'll see if we find any just mediocre movies this year. All right, we're gonna go into spoilers. So if you are still listening, in the next few seconds, we are going to be spoiling Weathering with You, Doolittle, and The Gentleman. We will not be spoiling Like a Boss, just because Ray hasn't seen it and it's not worth spoiling
Like a
anymore.
Boss.
It's not worth spoiling.
It really isn't.
It's like it's not worth watching.
It's not worth watching. All right, and in 3, 2, 1.
Spoil.
Batman is
They
Bruce
hit
Wayne.
Doolittle's. Doolittle's wife died. Weathering with you, the bitch controls the weather, obviously. Gentlemen, fuck, like everyone dies.
Yeah, a lot of
Except
people
Matthew
died,
McConaughey.
yeah. Who should have died.
Who
like
should have died.
That's fair.
Oh my god.
What was the? I really want to know the.
Dude, this is great.
You and
Okay.
Because it's so slight that I missed it my first watch, but I caught it my second one.
Oh, okay.
The main character, Taki, from Your Name,
Mhm.
is the grandson in Weathering with You that shows up for like their last appointment.
Oh my god.
It's this same person.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
The last appointment.
So when they were jumping over the fire and stuff,
Oh fuck.
the grandson that shows
fuck.
up is Taki. It's the same
Whoa.
character. They even name him.
No way.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a cool, like... So are
So,
they in the shared universe?
They're in the same universe.
Oh my god, Japan's fucked.
Yeah.
Meteors, flooding.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Godzilla.
Dude, yeah. But yeah, I just like I saw that and I looked it up
Oh
to make
yeah,
sure it was true.
It rains non-fucking stop in Weathering with You. And that's
For
what,
3 years,
Stop.
what's that city that's slowly sinking? Isn't it Venice?
Yes, and
It-
Florida.
yeah.
No one cares about Florida.
No, I know.
The entire
but...
city of Florida.
no, the whole state of Florida.
Can we just say the country of Florida?
Florida.
Because they are their own people.
All right, but let's talk about the worst of the three. I say worst, but it's not that bad. Doolittle, the dragon. They're talking about the dragon,
Yeah,
Keegan. That is the
okay.
plot.
Oh,
is
really?
the mythical creature. Is the dragon.
Definitely-
Yes.
definitely.
I thought the biggest plot twist of that is that Doolittle doesn't have any powers. Is he just figured out how to fucking speak to animals?
That was kind of weird.
and
I
then
like
the
that,
kid was
though.
like, I can do this, and just
Yeah.
picked it up. I was
Yeah,
like,
that was
wait a
odd.
minute.
I think the kid's relationship with Doolittle was really rushed and
It was
super-
forced.
so
it was
forced.
so
I
forced.
really
Um,
didn't like the reaction faces from the fucking kid.
Yep, you're right.
He's just having a lot of those fucking.
Yeah, no, you can tell he's a kid actor. Easily the best scene of the movie is when the polar bear and ostrich are talking about how they.
Oh yeah.
God, that joke was so messed up. I have to share the experience because we were seeing the movie
Yeah.
and like 4 of us saw the movie, but then the seat right next to me, someone else got. And I didn't know who it was, and the theater was empty. Like, this dude could have picked different seats, and we had our seats first. So he chose to sit next to me for some odd reason. Didn't say a word to me.
Also,
but then-
we picked the best seats in the
We
house.
also
That's
picked
why.
the seats in the house, yeah. But we didn't say a word to me. But then the scene when the ostrich is like, yeah, I guess this is why my dad says I should have just been an omelet. And it took me a second. I was like, oh, damn. And I said that out loud, and he kind of, like, chuckled a little bit. And then the polar bear is like, yeah, my dad went out to go chase a pack of seals and never came home. And I was like,
Yeah, go get a pack
fuck!
of seals and never came back.
And then me
That
and this
was
guy
so
just started...
good.
You just hear me
Me and
in
this
the
guy just started
background,
like laughing. We just started laughing so hard. This random guy that I don't even know. We just both started dying because it was so funny. And then he got up and left right out of the movie. And Keegan's like, "Do you know that person?" I'm like, "What? No." And he's like, "What? Why was he sitting next to us?" It was really funny. Easily the best joke of the movie.
Oh yeah.
The line that I think was crossed was Doolittle shoving a leek in a dragon's butt. That was extremely
Yeah, that was
awkward.
weird.
Yeah.
That was weird. And took a
Makes
huge-
sense.
It made
I literally
sense.
I was looking at it too. I was like, is this movie gonna end with a climax being the dragon's constipated?
Yeah.
And he was just like, thunk. I was like, that is. That's how it ends.
Well, we should just ask a vet how many procedures involve just animals'
Well,
butts.
I guess her mom.
Yeah.
It just involves it just like leaking out. You know?
Yeah. Oh my god.
Ugh.
That's so awkward. Yeah, so that was that. That's why
That was
it's
that,
definitely
too.
tied
Yeah.
with The Grudge. But that's also why I thought The Grudge was better. So
Right. And then, Doolittle's wife dies.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
At the very
Doolittle's
beginning.
wife is just Elsa's
thanks.
parents.
Yeah, but so you
is this
still
a Disney movie?
yeah.
Might
Might as well have been.
So yeah, that was Doolittle. Now going back to Weathering with You, I don't like how he went to go get her.
I didn't either. Because
Like I wanted her to make the sacrifice and just end it there.
I thought that would have been great.
Like
I
it
thought
would
that
have
would've been a
fit.
better
It would have
ending.
fit the narrative better.
But wouldn't it fit his character, though?
No, it wouldn't have fit his
'Cause
character.
that's
but
all he
if he
had.
went to go try
Yeah, and
and then
failed.
he
It
failed,
just didn't happen.
or she said no, or
Yeah.
something like that, because it was for his character to chase after her 100%.
Yeah.
But for her to come back like that, no. And then like the weird last 5 minutes where he was arguing with himself, where he made the right choice or not, and it was very back and forth. Like it wasn't my fault. It was my fault. It wasn't my fault. I was like, this is a really weird ending. The ending just did not sit well.
That
with
part
me.
made sense to me at least, because now he's coming back to Tokyo and is realizing he's like,
Yeah.
I did this.
Yeah.
Fuck everyone's
Yeah, I
lives.
didn't wanna- yeah.
And then like everyone's around him's like, no, it's not really your fault because you couldn't actually do this. And he's like, oh well, I guess, because like to a degree,
But then
they
he owned it where he's like, it was worth it. It
then he
was.
saw the girl
it
and
was
he was
weird.
like,
Well, I like the old lady.
Power of boners beats the
power of
weather.
boners compels you.
The grandma from that last visit that they did, and then when he came back to her, she's just like, yeah, the Earth is just gonna take it back anyway. So.
Yeah, and I get where they're coming from with that too. I just, like I said, I didn't like just her.
Can we talk about the gun standoff there? And how
yeah, that was intense.
That was like
because I don't know if you know how regulated guns are in Japan.
Oh yeah.
Oh
but
god, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Big
bad.
Super big bad. That's why they were looking for him in the first place.
Yeah, that's why it was such a huge deal.
Because he had a gun.
Down,
yeah.
Because he just had
that.
A gun.
Yeah, and that was really well done there. But and that's why that scene was so good. And then he ran and he got into the thingy, and then if just that scene was a little bit different, the movie would have been great.
Yeah,
like,
and I felt more of the sacrifice of his mentor, kind of.
Yeah,
because he's literally had to be like, because he was trying so hard to be good. For
he had
his
such
daughter.
a good character arc.
And he's just like you could see it break down in him, and he really tried to like get away from it, but he's like, fuck, I can't. It's for my wife.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is what I would have done. And he's like, no. And he would have been shot. He would have been shot.
Yeah.
God, I was afraid someone was gonna get shot.
I thought that kid
I
was
was like,
gonna die.
I thought someone was gonna die.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I kind of wanted the kid to die, and I wanted
really
to both
wanted-
go to heaven together.
That would have been cool. That would have been a better ending.
Yeah.
I also thought there's a good chance the kid died, but
They're going to heaven, and then they get hit by the meteor that hits the
Yeah,
near
it's
me,
the other-
and it takes out the city. You just see two little bodies.
That would be a plot twist.
That would have something. Von over here. If he would have dove through the gate and nothing happened but him just eat shit on his face,
That would have
been awesome.
That would have been a sweet
That would have
ending.
been so great.
Ooh.
If you would have just been like, I'm praying so hard, and just like,
And nothing
fail.
happened. Oh
That
yeah,
it.
that would
And
have
then
been
it'd
cool.
be like, nice.
Well, see, what I thought would have been also another good ending is when they went to the gypsy lady and she was explaining the sunshine girls and then the other one, the rain girls.
yeah.
I thought it would have been cool if he jumped through and became the rain person, like a rain boy.
Yeah,
Because I thought he would have been like, I thought that was going to be the whole plot twist, was that he was the cause of the rain and she was the cause of the sunlight, and they had to let go of each other to make the weather better. Like, that's the plot
see, that
I
would've
thought
been
was
okay.
going. But then it didn't happen, and I was like, okay.
I did like the mechanic of the just. Oh, there's a sunshine girl, and we just added her a little website so people could pay whatever they want
neat.
to
Yeah, I had no issue
do
with
it.
that.
And like, no, it's in the universe. No one gave a fuck
No,
about it.
fuck, no.
They're just like, oh, makes sense. They're all just like, oh, well, this girl
Well,
comes out and prays, and the weather goes
yeah,
away.
but Japanese culture is also very like friendly like that. Like
Yeah.
that's just how they are. That they're just very spiritual people anyway. So it made sense. All right.
I was waiting for the mad scientist to show up and be like, I gotta harness these powers.
There was the guy in the fucking meteorologist. He was like, the cumulus clouds.
That was
man."
great. That was a great scene. He was like, I cannot comment on this. So anyway.
That was funny. I did like that. All right. Now we're gonna go spoil the last bit of it. Last spoiler. Okay.
Last spoiler of the night.
Last spoiler of the night is the gentleman.
It's a gentleman.
So I have a question that I'm still confused about. Did they have the pig fuck him, or did he,
No, he
fuck
fucked
the
the
pig?
I don't want to know.
He fucked a pig.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
I don't.
See, I thought about
That's kind of a British trope, is that there has been multiple times where somebody has like been blackmailed for fucking a pig, in like British like drama kind of like
Yeah,
thing.
but I feel like they made him the bitch. Like, I don't know.
No, he fucked a pig.
I think I'm with Colin Farrell on this one. Where like we can't unsee it. Like, he's like, I was there. Don't believe
Because
it.
he said
His
he
eyeballs
said it.
doesn't-
He said it in it. It's like, oh my god, you're so wet. He said it in the video. Oh my god, it's gross.
Yeah,
It's
see
gross.
it?
There's a pig not fuck scene. You didn't see
we don't see it.
nothing.
Thank God.
But-
Jesus.
Oh my god, yeah, that was like awful.
Leaves
There'd be
nothing-
therapy needed.
Leaves nothing to imagination.
no,
Just
it
can't look
didn't.
away.
Jesus. Ugh. Yeah, that happened. I like the setup for the beginning, where they immediately shot Matthew McConaughey, and I was like, oh, so that's how this movie's gonna end. And then
Yeah.
it, of course, doesn't. But I was like, wow, okay, that was intense.
I saw that and I was like, that's a bold move.
I know. I was like,
Man,
this is bold.
either A, hey, that actually happens, repeat. Nah.
That doesn't
I was
happen,
like,
right?
he's probably gonna happen where he's like actually fine.
I know. And you went to the bathroom right at that realization part. I was
Yeah,
like,
sure
damn
did.
it.
I came back and you're like, beer guy saved, and I was like, yeah.
I did feel the fucking struggle real hard when Dry Eye was attacking his wife and he was like about to rape her. I thought it was over, and then she's just like, "Hello, hubby," and then fucking boom, boom, motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he got obliterated. The
Okay.
5 bullets to the head that was alluded
And then-
to, they're all there.
And he knew he's done. He's like,
She is also a good shot.
Yeah, oh my gosh, her little gun, that was hilarious when she shot the first guy and he was just like,
I'm dying.
I'm gonna die. Like, that was really funny. Oh my goodness, gosh.
now I
The
don't
humor's
know
really
if that
good.
actually a human skull is a lot fucking harder than a little 22.
No, that would have worked.
I
From that close?
From,
oh
yeah, from that,
dude.
I think, yeah.
She was close.
Because it didn't go out, but
It
No,
didn't
it's
go
not
out.
gonna go
It
out.
stayed-
It was probably just lodged like about like right there, but that's enough to kill someone.
That's why it took so long.
Yeah, and it took less time for the other guy because he was like,
Oh yeah,
That's
he repainted his walls. But yeah,
Don't-
I thought the also like throwing the one guy in the freezer, and he was just like, "Here's our friend. He's dressed for the weather." It's just like nice.
that was funny. I
Just get a
like
little
that.
toss in.
I liked the bathroom scene where he's like,
you
"Are we good here?" And he's like, "You know, I don't think I washed my hands."
Yeah.
And like went back into the bathroom. That was funny.
I liked it when Charlie was standing there trying to get the phone back, and he was just so patient. He's like, "Oh, these little motherfuckers," and then brings out the machine gun and just like shoots
Yeah,
it.
that was
I'm just like,
awesome.
and they're all like, "Oh no!"
That was awesome.
Well, I mean, London also has like ridiculously strict gun laws as
Mhm.
well.
They're
Oh,
not-
yeah.
there are absolutely no guns.
There's no
allowed.
guns.
Yeah.
And then after like
Most of the police don't have.
when he got like a bunch of people killed by falling, he's like, "You really need to invest in parachutes."
That was great.
was-
That was a good line. That was really funny.
The other
I
scene
definitely
really
felt the oh shit moment when he fell out the window too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck.
I was like,
Like I saw the door
no.
open earlier, and I was just like,
Yeah, well, that was also in the trailer, but that scene was in the trailer.
I didn't watch much trailers on.
Yeah, no, you're a smart person. So,
Yeah.
but no, he fell out the window. What was the other really good scene I really
The
liked?
Lord Lady overdoses on heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that was.
He
sad.
he got mad at someone that actually didn't do anything. The guy who was selling the heroin didn't
Oh,
do
yeah.
anything. It was just people he knew,
Yeah.
and so he made him shit himself.
I mean, you gotta take responsibility for
That's
your people
brutal
in that
as
kind of
fuck.
world, though.
Like that's a power move to make someone expel from
That
both
is a
ends just because
power
you're
move.
mad at them.
But the like,
and the like, I can get you in your own kitchen.
yeah, that
Yeah.
was. He I was like, yep, he wins. Like, the amount of gay sexual tension was great. Like those jokes were so funny. Where he's like, "I'm about to get to my climax." I
Yeah.
just like lost my shit. It was so funny. Touched his leg awkwardly. He's like, "I'm gonna go to bed if you." No, you're not. It's like,
No.
you won't even see me coming. I'll just be there. Like, what? That was so
Wanking
good.
at a handkerchief.
Yeah,
It's just
that
like,
was
I'm gonna shoot you right now.
right. Man, their dynamic was great. But yeah, no, it's definitely up there for me
Yeah.
for sure. So
was
I
a
think
good
it
movie.
deserves to be at our January #1.
January #1.
January
Fair.
#1. Cool.
We have one more week of January.
Yep, we have one more. I know something like big. Gretel and Hansel comes out.
I haven't seen anything.
I
yet.
have not either. I didn't even know it was coming out this soon. Cause
Yeah.
I just saw a poster for it and I was like, oh cool, I guess it's gonna come out in October. No, it comes out like next week. And there's one more big one that comes out. The rhythm section looks really good.
Yeah, I've also
It
not
looks like
seen anything
it's
about
like a spy espionage movie with Jude Law. I'm very excited. So, but yeah, we'll talk about those next time hopefully. So, and maybe we have more people, but if not, then we have our dynamic trio.
When in doubt, Mowgli will be here.
He will be snoring and with his eyes rolled back awkwardly. Okay, that's creepy. Where can we find you, Ray, on social media?
I'm still not on social
He's
media.
still not on social
If you
media.
want to watch me and Matt stream Halo Lasso, we do it on YouTube every Wednesday.
You live stream on YouTube, not
yeah.
Twitch?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got off Twitch. We do multiple cameras. So
Okay.
it's still Single Players Club. Just look it up on YouTube. Our last one was really funny.
Cool. Okay, look, you're on social media.
Yeah.
YouTube's considered social media.
Everyone's.
Keegan, where can we find you?
You can find me on YouTube. Nothing was posted recently. It was like years ago. But you can get me on Twitter at WokeButter and on Instagram at KeeganRock96.
And I'm Von Bunstrangle. You can find me everywhere at Von Bunstrangle. Woo! Thanks for listening to our wonderful movies. Sorry this episode was longer. We're going to try to streamline them next time, but we just have 3 good movies to talk about, I guess. So, Go us. Alrighty.
Thanks for listening, and tune in next time when we talk about more movies.